Welcome to the Mindset Mile podcast, the show that'll leave you empowered to take action towards becoming the turned up version of your already awesome self. I'm your host, Aisha Zaza, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's go. Hey guys and gals, welcome back to the Mindset Mile podcast. This week, I'm excited to share some simple ways you can set your week up for success. Someone once told me about the 6 P's, and I can't forget them. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Maybe you're a type A person and you have your own system for prepping for your week, but even still, I always find it fascinating to learn what other people do to prep for their days and their weeks. When I don't start my week prepared, I feel like it's almost impossible to get ahead again. And going through your days in reactive mode is not the business. So first things first, in our house, we prep a bunch of food for the week. And 95% of the time, I prep at least these 5 foods. Grilled tri-tip and chicken, mixed grilled veggies, baked sweet potato, jasmine rice, and hard-boiled eggs. So I want to give you some examples of how I use all these foods. So on the first night, we eat the dinner foods as is. So we'll have the tri-tip rice, grilled veggies, and I usually add some avocado. I swear, I never get tired of this meal. It is so delicious. For the veggies, I always chop up onion, bell pepper, and zucchini, and the rest will be seasonal or whatever else I happen to get that week, like asparagus, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and sometimes eggplant. I'll chop everything up, mix with some extra virgin olive oil, and I'll just season with some salt and pepper and add to a grilling basket. Grilling veggies always brings out the best flavor in them. And with all the leftovers, we'll either eat them again as is, or I'll repurpose everything to make a new meal. So usually on night 2 or 3, I'll make a stir fry and I'll quickly add everything to a wok with some coconut oil. I make sure it's reheated pretty well. And then I'll mix together with some amino acids and coconut aminos or teriyaki sauce. Another meal I like to use with my meat and veggies is a pesto spaghetti squash, or I'll use hearts of palm pasta. Again, another thing that I can just heat up quickly, mix together. I'm just all about the quick and easy, but nutrient dense and tasty meals. So for the sweet potato, I'll have that for breakfast with a scramble, or I'll add them to a protein bowl. And the hard-boiled eggs I'll have as a snack or breakfast on the go. Or for lunch, sometimes I like to use the hard-boiled eggs to make an egg salad wrap. I know food prep is daunting for a lot of people, and I often get asked how I learned to prep and use my food. But honestly, it's just all self-taught and having a general idea of things I like to make and then creating variations of them. So on my Instagram, I actually have 2 food highlights where I share quick and easy recipes. So if you want, you can find me at Aisha Zaza, that's AISHAZAZA, and check those out. Hopefully those can give you some or a few ideas of what you can make for the week. And I make about 90% of the food we eat at home. And yes, I do enjoy eating out, but I honestly just feel so much better when I make my own food. I know exactly what's going in it, and it feels good to know I've got a streamlined system that isn't overwhelming. Second, make a master to-do list of things you need to do that week. Don't worry about writing it all out in terms of what's first priority. Just get it out on paper so you're not just thinking about all the things you need to get done in your head. Once you have your master list, now you can start breaking it down. Make a list for Monday and have the most urgent or important thing as first on the list. Get it done first thing and get it out of the way. I know sometimes we like to put off the bigger things because of the time or effort they will take, or maybe we just don't really want to do the task. But how good does it feel to knock a heavy hitter off the list right away? Getting the biggest or most cumbersome thing done will set you off into a productivity spiral. I usually keep my to-do list around 6 or 7 things for the day. And sometimes I get to all of them, but I never use a list of things I don't get done to beat myself up. I like to see the daily list as things that will stay in rotation until they get done. So maybe I didn't get to the last 2 or 3 things. I'll just move those to the next day, and they will be the start of my next day's to-dos. I didn't always used to make lists because I felt like I did a pretty decent job at managing things I needed to get done. And I think a lot of us as women tend to do that. We feel like we can just manage it all. But I found myself spinning my wheels a lot. Like I had a general idea of what I needed to do, but when you don't have direction, it's really easy to get distracted with things that are less urgent, and then you end up not getting the important things done. Get in the habit of making a list every week. My third tip is to schedule your workouts and time to exercise. Surprise, surprise. Make your movement and exercise as important as any other appointment you have. Don't just leave it up to happenstance. Build in your rest days and know which days you're doing what. Maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it's the 6 a.m. class, and Tuesday and Saturday, it's an afternoon walk or run. I know for some people whose schedule is very structured, this might not be very hard to do because you only have one possible hour or time of day to get it in. But even if that's the case, write it down in your planner so your brain sees it as an important action item. If your schedule is a little bit more flexible, then it's going to be super important to do this because we all know what happens when you say you're going to work out at 8 a.m., but then something came up and you don't make it at 8. It keeps getting put off, and the more day that passes, the more likely it is that you're just not going to get to your workout. I know these aren't groundbreaking things, prepping food and writing to-do lists and scheduling your workouts, but most of the time, the biggest ways to create good habits are very obvious and simple, yet we still don't do them. I hope this inspired you to pick back up any of these habits or encouraged you to start doing them. They honestly make a world of a difference and will put you in offense for your week instead of defense. Tag me in your posts and stories at Aisha Zaza so I can see what you're implementing into your routine. I love hearing from you. Don't forget to subscribe for the show so you never miss an episode. I'll see you next week, and until then, make it a great day.